Seriously? Okay, let's just get right into it because my mind is like totally blown right now. Do you remember those adorable little books about the bear family that lived in a treehouse? The ones that taught you not to talk to strangers or throw a tantrum in the grocery store? I am, of course, talking about the Berenstain Bears. Mama Bear in her polka dot dress, Papa Bear looking slightly clueless, and the little cubs. I remember my mom reading them to me, and I distinctly remember the name spelled Berenstein. It just sounds right, you know? Like a fancy, respectable bear family name, except you guys, it was never spelled that way. Ever. If you go look at one of those books right now, I swear on my collection of romantic comedies, it says Berenstain, with an A. I know, right? It looks so wrong. It feels like a typo. It's like finding out that Ryan Gosling's name was actually Brian Gosling this whole time. It just doesn't compute. This weird little detail is one of the most famous examples of something called the Mandela effect, a phenomenon where a huge group of people, like basically everyone cool, remember something that apparently never even happened. So, what is the Mandela effect? Basically, it's when a collective memory is wrong. It's not just you forgetting where you put your keys, which I do like 12 times a day before I've even had my first coffee. This is different. This is thousands, maybe millions of people from all over the world having the exact same, very specific, incorrect memory. So why is it called the Mandela effect? Great question. I'm so glad you asked. It's not named after a scientist or a boring historical figure you'd have to Google. It's named after Nelson Mandela, the super famous and inspiring South African leader. Now, we all know he passed away in 2013. News reports everywhere, world leaders gave speeches. It was a huge deal. You'd think that would be hard to misremember, right? Well, here's where it gets crazy. Fiona Broome, patient zero. She was at a convention talking to people. She had a crystal clear memory of Mandela dying in prison in the 1980s. She didn't just vaguely think it, she remembered it. News clips of his funeral, his widow giving us speech riots happening in cities. It was a core memory, like remembering your first kiss. Okay, let's talk about more fun examples because the Nelson Mandela one is a little heavy. I prefer my existential crises to be related to pop culture. Let's talk Star Wars. Even if you've never seen the movies, you know the line. You've heard it parodied everywhere. Darth Vader, the ultimate villain with serious daddy issues, corners Luke Skywalker and drops the biggest bombshell in movie history. He says, "Luke, I am your father." It's iconic. It's dramatic. It's the perfect line to say in a deep voice to freak out your friends. Except, record scratch, he never says it. Go watch the clip from The Empire Strikes Back. I'll wait. What Vader actually says is, "No, I am your father." The "no" is a response to Luke accusing him of killing his father. There is no Luke at the beginning of the sentence. My entire life is a lie. All those years of quoting it wrong. Next, the Monopoly man. Think of the little rich guy. He's officially Rich Uncle Pennybags. Picture him. The hat, the cane, the little suit, the monocle, right? That monocle everyone pictures. He totally has one. It fits the "I own all the property" vibe. Spoiler, he has never had a monocle. Not on the box. He's just a regular-eyed, ridiculously wealthy cartoon dude. People insist the monocle is essential. So what is actually going on here? Is there a glitch in the Matrix? Are we all just losing our minds at the same time? Well, scientists and smart people have a few theories, and they're not all as exciting as being a secret time traveler, unfortunately. The most logical explanation has to do with how our brains work. Our memory isn't like a video camera, it's more like a messy scrapbook, and sometimes our brain fills in the gaps with what makes the most sense. For example, Berenstain Bears' brains prefer Stein endings autocorrect spelling and memory. For Darth Vader, adding Luke at the start gives context and drama. It's called confabulation, your brain making stuff up to create a coherent story. Not lying, trying to be helpful even when wrong. But there's another theory, the fun one. Feels like sci-fi. Some think the Mandela effect is proof of parallel universes or alternate realities. Infinite timelines exist in some. It was Berenstain theory says we slip between realities, or our consciousness does, bringing memories from one universe into another. Who knows the real answer? Maybe faulty human brains check your memories? You might have experienced the Mandela effect too.